Happy Saturday, friends. I'm Jody. Welcome back to This Beaded Life. I've got a couple things today. So one, I got some friend mail from Space Pickle Designs. Kirk over there sent me some friend mail. And then I bought the value bundle Southwest Skies from Bead Box Bargains. And I got a few other things with it too. So we're gonna go through that as well, and we're gonna make something great. I just know we will. So let's turn around, let's go to the mat, and let's make something. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm gonna show you what I got from Kirk over at Space Pickle Designs. I did already go into it because I was so excited to see what she sent me, and I was just tickled. Everything is so fun and so cool. I'm part of her Patreon, but she says something about having to maybe stop her Patreon because life is just getting so busy for her. But in the meantime, if you haven't checked out Space Pickle Designs, Lucy, what are you doing over here? I will leave her channel in the description of this video. Please go check her out. Kirk is a lot of fun. She's so super creative. She does everything, you guys. She does everything. Plus, she serves our country, so which is an amazing feat in itself. So I will leave all that information there, but let's check out and see what she sent. First of all, she sent a bunch of cream savers. Like, I was so excited. I already ate one strawberry and 2 orange. I got this like a few days ago, so I am cherishing this last one because I haven't had cream savers in forever. She made some amazing polymer clay pieces, you guys. Let's check this out. So here is a donut pendant. Look at the colors and the pattern of this. Isn't that amazing? Lucy, no ma'am. Lucy, this is so pretty. She did such a good job. And I think Lucy's going to come across the mat, guys. And then we have 2 coin beads that she did from polymer clay too. And there's Miss Lucy. Hold on one second, guys. I need to remove a cat. It's usually Cheeto that wants to be in the spotlight, but it was Lucy today. So anyway, these are so cool. So this is like a super amazing pendant, and I want to make something with this so bad right now. So this might be a project that we'll be doing today. And then these would make the cutest little earrings to go along with it. I love this pattern. But Kirk, you are amazing. But that's not all, guys. Okay, that's not all. I got this beautiful strand of fire polish beads. These are beautiful. And look, it actually goes really well with this. All right, and then she made this pendant. Oh my gosh, you guys. Is that not beautiful? There's the back. And look, she dated it and put her initials on it. Is that not gorgeous? I love this. This is so amazing. Kirk, you are phenomenal. And look at the color changing paint that she used on that. I can't use this yet. I mean, they're both very special, but this is like, I'm amazed by this. So this is going to go back in her little bag here, and we are saving that. Okay, so we're going to save that. Yeah, it's beautiful. And then she sent me some little bead mixes. So we got this cute little bead mix here. It's got some crystals and some check glass and some little seed beads. And I think this, I could even just do a little bracelet on its own with this. This is really cute. And then we got, oh, I'm not opening it the right way. Look at these. There are some really pretty glass and check glass in here, you guys. And I think maybe even some gemstones, but it's just a gorgeous little mix. Little tiny baby flowers. I mean, just beautiful. Oh, there's even like some bumpy check glass. Oh, how fun. This is fun. You know, Kirk, you are so much fun. Amazing. Put those back in there, and we're going to set that aside. I'm going to start my little Kirk box because I have a box for everybody who sends me stuff, and I dip into it every now and then when I think about it. Okay, so we looked at Kirk's things, and now let's look at the value bundle, the Southwest Skies that I had ordered. I got it for $10 on Bead Box Bargains. There's Bead Box Bargains right there. And I had ordered a couple other little things while I was there, because you can't help that, right? You're just gonna do it. At least, is this the one I ordered? Yeah, I did. Okay, so the bundle is in this little bag here, and they actually, what's really cool, hide my address, but they actually give you a breakdown of what was in the bundle too. All the stuff that has 0 by it is stuff that was in the bundle. All the other things that have a price is what I spent on, what I bought. So look, you guys, I spent $15.84 and I got all of the stuff. Plus I used my 30% off coupon because I'm a subscriber to Bead Box Bargains, and I saved $5.10 from that. So really, really awesome. So they got it in this little baggie here for me. And I think I'm out of containers. You guys, we're going to be having some bead soup stuff soon because I need to empty some containers. All right, so let's see what we got in here. Everything is numbered, and this is all stuff that she pulled together from her stash to make a really cool, little mini bundle. And it's actually pretty substantial. There's a lot of stuff in here. So we got, let me see, this is Gems 6451. And this is a 14.5 strand of 6mm faux turquoise. It's man-made round beads. So this is faux turquoise. This is a man-made product. But you know what? It's so cute. It doesn't even matter. It's so pretty. So we have that. And then it came with a toggle. So toggle 850. Let me find that. So yep, this one is 22 by 18.5. It's got a 24mm bar, and it's brass, and it's in the dark silver. So there's a really cool toggle. We got some spacer beads, and these are your 4mm classic daisy spacer beads in antique silver. And it's a 10-gram bag, so that's a lot of little daisy spacers. It's about 95 pieces, you guys. So this is so far everything I'm getting for $10, okay? Plus, I think my coupon got taken off on that too. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of bananas. All right, then we have, I believe this is check glass. So this is 924. And this is Picasso with pebbled red. These are 4mm check glass beads. And you get about 45 pieces in this little bag here. And this is the perfect color for this. This is like perfect for that, right? It actually honestly goes with that too. We might make 2 things today, you guys. We might make 2 things. We might make something cute from here and something cute from here. So we'll see. I'm feeling energetic today, and that's a great feeling. Then we have cap 325. So these are 6.5 by 3.5 bellflower bead caps in antique silver. So your little traditional bell cap bead flower, yeah, you guys, bellflower caps. All right, and then we have finding number 2653. And this is a Southwest style cactus charm with faux turquoise, and it's in silver. How cute is this? That's adorable. I love it. It's even like a great little mini pendant. And then we got, oh, speaking of pendants, we got pendant 3064. And this is also, it's 36 by 26mm imitation turquoise, man-made, fancy oval pendant in antique silver. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. I love that pendant. That is really pretty. This pendant reminds me of the ones that I got from Laura with like that really intricate design around the back, which by the way, I still need to make something from one of those pendants. I have it on my tray of things to do, so that'll be coming soon. And then that's what the back looks like. And then we got Finding 4292. And this is 2 pieces, 37 millimeters, filigree style crescent moon pendant in antique silver. So we got 2 crescent moons. These are so pretty. And there's the back. And Finding 4294. These are 10 pieces of 24 by 11 millimeter filigree style links in antique silver. Those are beautiful. I want to do something with those really bad. I want to make a chain from those. And we still are unpacking the mini kit. You guys, when you see these mini kits go for like $10, jump on it because they are fantastic. There is way more than $10 worth of stuff in this mini kit. All right, so then this is check glass, and it is 7061, and it's 4 pieces. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. This is 7101. It's 12 pieces, 8 millimeter check pressed glass, fluted melon beads in crystal blue swirl silver wash. Isn't that beautiful? Those are so pretty. I love a good melon bead. And we have more check glass, 7060. These are 4 pieces, 14 by 10, check filigree teardrop beads in alabaster Picasso with pebbled turquoise. Very pretty. I love these kind of drops. These are so cool. This is very Southwestern. And then we got the same thing, 7061, but in this really, really beautiful pebbled red, the Picasso with pebbled red. We got a strand of gemstones. So gem 6373. And this is, it's a 15-inch strand of 2 millimeter aquamarine, and they're heated. They're finely faceted. These are beautiful, guys. Look at the facets. And they are so tiny, but they don't need to be big because they are mighty. They are going to add just the right amount of sparkle to any project that I do. We have some more little beads. We've got, this is 0457. These are some crystal preciosa 4 millimeter faceted vine cones in Montana blue. These are fantastic. I love that Montana blue. It's such a deep, rich, smoky blue. It's just gorgeous. And it's like the perfect accent for any of your reds, your orange, your other blues, your greens. I mean, it's yellows. It's like the perfect accent color. And it's just amazing. So I'm going to stick those back in here. Okay, now we're going to go to the stuff that I purchased separately. And it's so funny because I actually, I love these so much. I actually purchased another bag of those. So that's so great. Oh, and look, my free gift was some purple ones. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. They always give a free gift, you guys. It's so cool. Oh, and look, I purchased some turquoise ones too on my own. All right, so the next couple things I purchased to use as buttons because they're center drilled flowers. So this is 6 pieces of 14 millimeter check pressed glass flower beads, crystal with Aztec gold. And I'm going to be using these as buttons for when I have some jewelry and amongst other things. So those were only $1.29 and I saved 30% on those. And then we have 7066 and I got these as well. These were the same thing except for their crystal and white opal swirl with blue wash. I bought them to use them as buttons mainly. Very pretty. These were $1.99 and I got 30% off that as well. So that's why I'm saying I think they took 30% off this kit. And then the very last thing I have in my little pile here are some findings. 4559. And it's 4 pieces of 22 by 19 sunflower pendants in antique silver. I love these little sunflower pendants. I'm going to use them probably as charms or probably for earrings. because they are so cute. And I have an affinity for sunflowers, so they are absolutely adorable. All right, guys, so I'm going to kind of move some stuff off to the side, and I want to start with this right away, but I'm going to go in my stash and I'm going to pull some things that will go with this, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I grabbed some things. So I grabbed this really bright light green sari silk we're going to use. I also have 2 pieces of 19 strand bead stringing wire. I'm going to have to pause it anyway, probably, because I have to help my husband with groceries. So I'll get the clamps for this after, and the ear wires too. But I am using her fire polish strand that she sent, and I'm also using stuff from my beads. I have like a purple little bead mix here that I mixed up some little purple crystal bicones and some check glass 4mm rounds, and plus I have these really pretty yellow cubes I want to kind of scatter throughout. And we're going to do a necklace with a little bit of beading here and going up, and then using our sari silk for the rest of it. So that's what my plan is. And of course I have my crimps here, so I'm gonna get a couple of those out because we're gonna need some of these. 2, 3, 4, and we are going to need a clasp, but I will get that shortly. But let's start making our necklace. And oh yeah, let me measure these 2 strands for you. They're the same length. If I can, there it is. Find my. All right. So these are both 14.5 inches in length. And we're going to use these. And I'm going to do what I typically do with a donut. I love making like the little, like the little loop here. And we're going to do 2 of them. So we're just going to use some of these bicones and probably some of these purple check glass beads as well. And it's so funny because like I'm using purple. Like I don't use purple, you guys. You guys know I struggle with purple. It's my struggle color. I mean, what can I say? All right, so I'm just using like 3 of the bicones. I have less of the check glass than I do of the bicones, so I'm just alternating 3 bicones to 1 check glass round. And we're just going to string these on here. I need 1 more bicone. So this is going to be a cool video. You're going to get like a 2-for-1, 2 different things, 2 different pieces of jewelry. All right, so we're going to definitely need some more. So we'll grab 1 of our check glass beads and 3 more bicones. My husband went to Costco. It's our, typical Saturday. My husband went to Costco. Sometimes I go with him, but I think a lot of times he likes to go by himself because I'm a dawdler and I will stop and look at too many things. And he's like, let's get in and out like right now. Like I'm just ready to be in and out of this place right now. I don't know if we're going to make earrings out of these, you guys. I'm thinking I want to, but I'm honestly kind of wanting to add them to this necklace because they're so cute. But I think I'm going to make earrings because I feel like you need a pair of matching earrings to go with a necklace like this. And this is going to be just such a fun necklace. So once I have enough beads to, make like a little loop here, I'm going to grab a crimp tube. I use Beadalon number 2 crimp tubes. It's typically what I use all the time. I will start replacing some of them with some soft flex ones as I go through these, but I've been using Beadalon ones for a long time, ever since Wendy told me that, or told us, I should say, that crimp beads matter. So I've been, buying Beadalon ever since. I do use other ones as well, some less expensive ones, but I usually use those in different ways, which, we'll go through that too. You guys have seen some of my stuff that I've used them in different ways, but we're going to need to just do our little crimp there. And because I'm doing the crimps down low like that, I think I will put on a crimp cover. I just happen to have a couple sitting here, so I will grab those two out. I'm going to be doing some some cleanup and storage options in here, you guys, and you guys know, like, your craft room, it's a never-ending process. Like, once you think you have your system perfected, then you get more supplies, and then you're like, okay, well, I don't know what to do with this stuff now. So it's constantly evolving, and I feel like I need like another craft room, but I know it's only because I'm not utilizing my space correctly. And I've been doing some like different, like, reading up on like organizational stuff. I found different articles for organizational things. All right, so let's cut this open. This has a little bit of green in it, so very pretty. It's going to be wonderful to go with these, and that's why I chose the green sari silk. That's why I chose that. And you guys, I've gotten sari silk on Amazon, and I have gotten it on Etsy. And I like the Etsy one better. It feels like more genuine. Like when I get it, it's really nice. I have so much of it. When you get it, you get a ton of it, you guys, and it's like $10, and you get this huge like skein of sari silk. And like, I don't know, I feel like I always get more than enough to last me a long time, because I don't do a ton of projects with it, but I do use it every now and again. And if you want to see some really great stuff made with sari silk, you need to follow Stacy Rabbit Jewelry on Instagram. Stacy Hecht, she is a fabulous designer, and sweet, sweet, sweet person. And so you need to follow her if you want to see some really great stuff that she's made with sari silk. All right, so let's just do like a fun little pattern here. Not really quite sure exactly what I'm doing, but I don't want to use all my fire polished beads at once either. So we're going to do kind of like the same thing we did with our little loop there, where I did the check glass. I did 3 bicones. We're going to do another check glass bead, and then we're going to pop some of this yellow in here. And I dumped all the yellow I had in these cubes, but I know I'm not going to use all of it. I just want like a little splash of that yellow throughout. And then we'll do another little check glass bead. We'll do one of her fire polish that she sent. So pretty. And then we can do another check glass bead, 3 more bicones. So it's going to be a longer video because I'm doing a few things. All right. So this is the pattern I'm going for, as you guys can see. It's going to be really cute. A lot of fun. So today is Saturday, and I'm just wondering how your Saturday is going. I'm hoping you're having a really great day so far. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Southwest Michigan, and really just looking forward to more beautiful days to come. You know, spring, I feel like spring is finally here, and hopefully it's here to stay. In Michigan, you just never know. But any of you from the Midwestern states, you guys can relate. You know what I'm talking about. Actually, any of you, because we've all had some crazy weather patterns lately. I don't even know if you can call them a weather pattern at this point. Like, I kind of feel like you just call it weather. But I've noticed that now every day I'm like checking the weather, and it's like my spring thing, right? Like, okay, is it summer yet? Is it summer yet? But we definitely want to make sure we get to enjoy spring too. So I'm trying not to rush it too much. Oh, you know what I missed? I missed my check glass. I'm like, something's missing here. Okay. All right, I'm going to continue stringing this. We're not going to go up too much further, probably just one more. Actually, let's just finish this and then we'll go to the next and then I'll finish stringing the other side. We're probably going to just do one more of our little pattern here because I don't want this necklace to be super duper long. I kind of want it to be not really ridiculously short either, but we'll probably actually be able to use our scraps for something with the earrings too. All right, and then we will call it good there. Let me just see. Yeah, because we're using the sari silk around the back, so this will be perfect. Let's go ahead and crimp this one side. And we're going to crimp it onto a jump ring. Let me grab those. They're right next to me here. Oop. That was almost tragic. This is the one I've dropped before, and that's why it's a hot mess. But that was almost tragic. So we're going to crimp these right onto a couple, oh, that one's too big. A couple jump rings. That one's still too big. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys, what in the world? Yeah, these are such a mess because of that. There we go. All right, so we got our jump rings out, and then we're just going to make sure that's closed, and it is. Let's put this through put our tail through our crimp and through those bicones, because they fit nicely through those bicones. And then we can just pull that straight down, like so. We're gonna give this a little crimp. Try not to crush my bicones. There we go. And I'm going to trim this off. There. And we'll put that aside. All right, guys, I'm going to do this other side just like this, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I had a little change of plans, but I'm going to show you guys because what my thinking was. But first of all, look at how cute this looks with that. It's so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna I have some larger jump rings I'm gonna put here because I'm gonna tie knots with this, and then we're gonna use our ribbon end for the back. So let's just open these up and let's swap that out. So there's our larger one for that side. And our larger one for this side. We're leaving our beads out because we're going to make some earrings. Okay, then we're going to come in here and we're going to grab our sari silk, and we're just going to bring it from the back through the front of our jump ring. And we're just going to take this whole thing and just do like one knot. So I'm going to put my short piece through and my long piece through. It's a little hard to like grab both of them, but once you get it going, then it's easy to grab them. Just because it blends in so well with everything else. Oh, okay, there we go. I just want to make sure I was doing it right. I'm like, am I going the wrong way? All right. So there's our first knot. And then it just makes this like really cool little knot over top of the jump ring, just like that. And if you pull tight and you get it tightened down, it just folds right over that jump ring, just like that. And it ends up looking really, really cool. All right. And then once I just pulled my jump ring off. Did you guys just see that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Let me put that back on. You know, sometimes I think about like cutting these parts out just to make a blooper reel because it would be hilarious. Now, what I should do is make sure my opening is up here and maybe not pull so hard. Maybe that would be a good plan. All right, let's do that again. But this is just showing you that it happens to everybody, you guys. We all do rando things like that. I'm just glad I didn't break my strand, because then I would have been like, well, we're starting this one over. And I don't know, like I've had to start videos over because I looked up and realized I was only recording for half of it. And I'm like, no. So then I had to start completely over and like, you know, start from the beginning. And, you know, it just feels so like not real at that point, because when I'm doing a video, I'm like talking to you guys and I'm telling you things and I'm being very candid, and it's not the same once you've already made your conversations, you know, because you're not going to like say the same thing again, you know, because it would feel rehearsed at that point. All right, so now we have that. And again, it just makes a cute little knot over top, but don't do like I did. You know, try to make sure your jump ring opening is up at the top there. Even though we know it's closed, if you pull on it hard enough, it's going to find a way, right? All right, so now I just want to figure out like really how much sari silk do I want on each side. So now that that's attached, I'm going to say that I would like to cut it here. So we're going to cut that, and then I'm going to measure. Now remember, we did use a knot, so there's probably about 3 to 4 inches of material here, but we're going to go in and just cut that fabric just like that. All right, and let's measure this part. So remember, if you're going to do something like this, just remember that you're going to want to add like 3 to 4 inches to the side, because so this is 7.5. So I'm betting you it was probably more like an 11-inch to 12-inch piece of sari silk for one side. Okay. All right, so we have that. Plus I like the little fringy thing it leaves. And now we're going to use our like little ribbon clamp ends, and we're going to just kind of bring this together, kind of fold it up a little bit just so it'll fit inside that clamp really well. My ribbon end clamps, I get like assorted sizes in like one package on Amazon. I found it's like really my best bet, and they do them individually by color. So you can easily say, I need gold, and get all the sizes. And yeah, now mind you, some of the sizes you may not use as often, but when you need those sizes, you don't have to think about it. They're there. So if you plan on doing a lot with ribbon, leather, sari silk, you name it, these also work really well on flat mesh, silver silk flat mesh. So it's a good budget-friendly way to use flat mesh, which is I thought about using, but I didn't. All right, so there's our sari silk. And now let's do the other side. And I am remembering to make sure the opening to my jump ring is up here to not recreate that fun time issue that I had there. And let's make our knot. There's a lot of different types of sari silk you can get too. There's I have stuff that has like little rhinestones on it. I mean, just all kinds of really cool things. But Etsy, if you just search for silver silk, I think there's a few companies there that I've used, and I've been happy with everything that I've gotten from Etsy as far as silver silk. So I don't think you can go wrong. But like I said, I have ordered it from Amazon too, and in a pinch, it works great. I mean, I don't have any problems with the stuff I got from Amazon. I just feel like the stuff that I got from Etsy feels more authentic to me. I don't know why, but it does. All right, I do want to trim my ribbon ends here, just so they're about the same size. Okay. All right, now we can use this and measure what we need for our sari silk. And I have enough left to do a bracelet with this color if I so choose to. Very pretty color. It's nice and springy. And it's taking some of these deep colors and just lightening them up some. All right. And let's put this ribbon end on. And then we can just close it right up. There we go. And then we have our 2 jump rings that I took off from before. We're going to use a toggle clasp. I'm going to use one of these. I got it from Bead Box Bargains, toggle 773. And then we are going to put our jump rings through our little loop here and onto our toggle. Got my other pliers. Oh. Okay, there we go. And we're going to close that up. And same with this side. I took my mom to Trader Joe's today for the first time, and she loved it. She had no idea that Trader Joe's was just like a really nice grocery store, and she was so excited. I bought some stuff too. I even bought myself one of their little mini bouquets for $3.99, and it's a really cute little bouquet of flowers. But I found some, stuff that we could have for some lunches this week at work, and some really big, juicy looking grapes and blueberries, and I'm super excited about digging into those. All right, so there is our necklace. That turned out so cute. All right, we're going to put her aside, and we are going to make a pair of earrings to go with her. And since we used the antique copper, we're going to use some antique copper ear wires. I got some lever backs here. I found that when I have like lightweight earrings, the lever backs seem to work the best. So that's what we're using. And I'm thinking we'll be able to use our strands here. I do think that I'm probably going to want to, oh, you know what? I haven't used any of these in a while. So stop it beads. You just grab a few of these out. And I know they're in a bright copper, but we're going to do some mixing up here. It's all good. All right. So what I'm thinking is just to probably put this on like a strand. So what I'm thinking is, you know what, let's do, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Let's do a purple check glass, a bicone, and a bicone on this side. I wonder how it would look if I put both strands through and brought them up, together, and make like a little nope, I'm not a fan of that. All right, so maybe we won't do this. Maybe we'll do some little like drop style earrings. Well, we could probably do that with this. So if I did, I wonder if I just, we're gonna play around a little bit, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I may not want to do this. that doesn't seem like it wants to like clamp down for me for some reason. Maybe it's just my own hand strength. All right, so I'm going to get some head pins and eye pins because I think that's the route I want to go. Ooh, actually I have these really long. Yes, I have these. These came from like an old bargain bead box subscription. I don't remember, it was last year sometime, but they gave us a ton of them, and I still have like so many left over. And I'm sorry, my camera is like tilted and I don't know why. Okay. All right, I don't know guys, we're tipsy. All right, so let's put on one of these bicones, one of these purple. We're going to do, this is just gonna be like a long stick earring, guys. Our cute little bead. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. And then we can do our bicone. I'm not feeling that. Okay, we're gonna change something here. I don't want to waste these long ones then if I'm not doing that. Hold on, I'm struggling, guys. I'm like struggling big time right now. Hold on 1 second here. Let me grab, we're gonna grab some little, we just need a couple little ball head pins here. So we need 2 of those. And I would like a couple eye pins. So I'm gonna grab a couple eye pins. And see, make sure I'm grabbing the right color here. All right, so we're using antique bronze. I know I have some antique copper somewhere, but where, I have no idea. They've got to be here somewhere. I know I bought like a huge package of them, but I think that sometimes things get lost in like the shuffle. All right, so we're gonna use one of these little bicones down here at the bottom. We're gonna put this guy, I want him at the bottom of my necklace. And we're gonna do a little tiny wire wrap loop. We're doing a wire wrap loop because I'm using these really thin ball head pins. And I'm just gonna make a tiny little loop here. And it's gonna be very small wrap, okay? Because these beads are a good size. So we're just gonna do a very small little wrap. I'm just using my pliers so I can get in there really easy. And we're just going around 2 times. Let's straighten out our little loop. And then I will snip off what we don't need very carefully to not break my, there we go. Not cut my loop there. All right, we got our sharp parts squished in, so this is what we have so far. And then let's make our other part. So let's do, why don't we do this bicone, one of these yellow cubes and a bicone. And let's just make a little simple loop out of this because these are stronger. We can do that. And then for the other piece, I think we can get away with using our scrap here. So let's just make a little scrap one. And then I have the check glass round, our fire polish, and a check glass round. And then we can make our other little simple loop here. All right, now let's put all these together and make our earrings. Some cute dangly earrings. And then we can hook that right onto our lever back ear wire. And there's one earring, and that's what I wanted. I wanted these to be down at the bottom because they're really cute. All right, so let's make the other one real quick. And then we're gonna take a minute to clean up, and then we'll get going on our next project. And oops, I'm so sorry, I hit it with my hand. And then we will try everything on at the end of the video. I want to say, I kind of feel like maybe Kirk can answer this question, but I think she maybe might sell some of her pieces. I don't know. I'll have to double check and look. To be honest, I haven't gone to her Etsy shop yet. I probably should, because I know she has some cute stuff that she makes and everything. So I should definitely check out her Etsy shop, but she does have an Etsy shop. You know what? I will link that too. And then that'll give me a chance to go take a peek. I'm pretty sure I saved it as a favorite, because anytime I know somebody who has an Etsy shop, I go to it and I save it as a favorite so that I can always go and check out what they have. Sometimes I honestly don't want to make a gift. Sometimes I want to buy a gift that somebody else made, you know, for somebody. So I will check that out and, you know, support another artist. Did I just like really mess up my... Hoping my round nose pliers can save it. You guys, I messed it up on this video big time today. Let's see if I can get in there any closer and clip that down a little bit closer. There we go. All right, so next is our bicone, our square, our bicone, and our simple loop. There we go. And then we can make our other eye pin out of our scrap. Ooh, that's a terrible eye. There we go. All right, so then we need our check glass round. One more of the fire polish at Kirk scent. There we go. You just need to trim a tiny little smidgen off that. There, that's cute. So cute. All right, so now we know we can stick this one on our ear wire. Open up this side. Put this one on. Open up this side, and then put our bottom one on. Oh, Kirk, you're so freaking amazing. Okay, so check out these cute earrings, you guys. These are cute, and they look so cute with this necklace. Oh my gosh, how adorable. All right, we will try this on in a little bit, but right now I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to clean up my mess, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I thought with this one we would do a necklace and a pair of earrings. So, oh, not a necklace, a bracelet and a pair of earrings. So we have the toggle, but I don't want to use a toggle. I have these beautiful tear cast buttons that I've been dying to use. So I think that this tear cast button would be beautiful with it. I pulled out some turquoise leather to go with it. And we're going to do like a multi-strand. So I'm going through my beads right now that I got from them, and we're going to use this, of course. I'm pulling out all of these little guys because I feel like they need to be part of it. Pull them all out. I dumped these in, like I didn't mean to, but we want some of those. We do want some of these orange or red or whatever you want to call them. We do want some of those. We want some of these spacers. Some bead caps. I don't think I'm going to use any of the melon beads yet, but I gotta dump this bowl. Hold on one second here, guys. Because I just scooped everything up into like one of my little Rubbermaid bowls here. Just like made kind of a mess. So we have all this, and then we definitely need some charms. And I honestly, I'm going to use that as a charm. And here's another one of my blue ones. We'll save the purple. And we will use one of these little sunflowers as well, because we definitely want a couple chunky charms on this. So what my plan is to make like a 2-strand bracelet using the beads. We will also make a pair of earrings. I think I might use a couple sunflowers for the earrings as well. And we're going to use some leather in this too, so that we could have leather going through the button and at the end to close off the button. So I think the leather will just add a really nice texture, and that's actually where we're going to start, is with our leather. So this leather that I got is like a metallic blue, and it's 1.5 millimeter, and I got it from Leather Cord USA, and their leather is fantastic, you guys. So I've been really picky about my leather lately. I either get my leather from Sam's Beat Shop, which he's all out right now. Hopefully he'll do some restocking, or I get my leather from Leather Cord USA. But they have really good quality leather, and it's really affordable. So that's what we're using. And so I have my button here, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to actually do a barrel knot on both sides. So we have, let's see, need this, and it's going to be a barrel knot with a loop here. All right, so I took my button, I threaded it. I have my short piece here. I have my loop here, because we're going to want to use this for a loop to attach to our bracelet, which will end up making probably smaller. And then I'm going to put my tube here, and we're laying our tube right over top, and we're just going to wrap around, and I'm going away from the button. I want to go around like 3 to 4 times. So there's 4. Well, it's actually technically 3, but all right. And then we're going to go through our tube, pull our tube out, and then just pull that longer cord straight down. And now we're going to just do some adjusting. So I know that I want my loop to be big enough to, like, you know, attach like our strands, because we're going to actually attach our strands to the loop. And there we go. But I don't want this to take up the entire bracelet. Like, I want the leather to be there as like an addition, but not like the main focal. Okay, so this is what our button ends up doing. It ends up going this way, which is great. I don't mind how it lays, so you can actually move it around a little bit if you want. You pull on your shorter strand, it'll pull your button in closer. You pull on your button and it'll loosen that up a little bit, but we're just going to really tighten this down with our long part here. All right, so just like that. All right, what I'm going to end up doing too is I will come in when we're all said and done with some GS Hypo Cement and go into my knots here and add some glue just for some safety. And now you can leave, like, you know, a piece of this. Like, what I'll do is do a little knot here. Just a little overhand knot, just to add a little something to it, and then I'll trim that, I'll cut that right here. Okay, All right. And then this one will actually snip close to the knot. Just like that. Okay, so there's our one part of our closure. And now we're gonna make the other one, which is going to be like a double loop. All right, so I think I'm gonna need a bigger piece than this. This one will be good for like an earring. So let's put that aside. I'm gonna use my bigger strand here. And what we want is we wanna loop at both ends. We need a loop to go over the button, and we need a smaller loop to attach the bracelet. So we're gonna start like this. We'll make one loop, and then we're just gonna come over and have our second loop. So now we have almost like an infinity symbol. We have our loop and our loop. All right, and then I'm just gonna kind of pull it in because I know like I don't want it to be gigantic. Like I said, one side's gonna be for the button, so it's gonna be larger than the other side. And then we'll just kind of shrink that down a little bit, but still leaving us some tail so we can play with the size as we need to. And then I'm gonna take my little guy here on top, and we are going to wrap towards my right hand about 3 times. And I'm using like the entire piece here, but I don't want to cut it and cut myself short. So we're just going to roll that through, all the way through. And then we're going to push our, whoa, I let go of my, oh no, I'm okay. I thought maybe I did something wrong, but no, I just don't have it through the noodle all the way. All right, pull that noodle out of there and pull that down. Oh, I did let go too soon. Okay, that's all right. Or maybe I did my loop the wrong way, or my wrap. Sometimes I get myself messed up. Let's do this again. All right, so I have my loop and my loop. I am going to cut this because I know we won't need all of this. So let me just go ahead and cut it right about here. These aren't the good scissors to use for that. That's all right, we'll be fine. All right, so now that I have that, let's put our little guy in here. So I think I needed to wrap it towards my left hand. So sorry about that, guys. I think I wrapped it on the wrong side. Sometimes I get myself backwards. It's like a 50-50 shot for me. I either get it perfect on the first try or I have to try again. That's right, because we want our cord to come out opposite from where the other end is. So that's a little bit of logic there, Jody. Okay, so let's push our cord through our little noodle and pull that through. And now we have our knot, but we want to adjust the size of our loops. So we know we need one side to be small, that's going to be part of the bracelet, and one side to be just a little bit bigger, but we don't want it to be too big because we don't want it to fall off there. So we're just going to work that knot down the other way a little bit. Just slide it down towards that loop that we're trying to size. And you can move it. It takes a little bit of maneuvering, but you can move that knot. You just got to do it slowly and methodically. All right, so now we have that side, which is about perfect. So now we could take our small piece of leather, our shorter strand, and just make that loop smaller. Now we want to use our big piece and pull it down and tighten that really, really good so it doesn't go anywhere. And again, I will come in with some GS Hypo Cement, and we will make sure this doesn't go anywhere. So just like that, that's going to work out really, really well. And then I'm going to make 2 more little knots here because I just like the little, it's like a little fringe, you know what I mean? It just kind of looks like a little fringe. So we just do that, and we'll do this one too. Okay, and then we'll come in and cut our leather Save our scraps because we will use them. And there we go. So now we have our closure completely ready. So I'm going to put these two together and we're just going to lay it just like this. And now we are going to measure this because I want this bracelet to be about a 7-inch bracelet. So let's see what we have here. We have 2.5 inches. So I know that I can do this to be about a 5-inch, 4.5 inch to 5-inch beaded part, okay? Because we have to remember that our, probably more like a 5-inch, because our little pieces that we put around over this aren't going to take up that much room. And we are using the Soft Flex 925 sterling silver in medium. I don't have much of this left. I do need to make another big Soft Flex order, and this one is like top on my list. So we are going to cut approximately 6 inches of this wire twice. So we'll do 6 1/4 just to give us that extra little room to do our crimps and whatnot. So there's 1. And there's 2. And we have just enough to do another bracelet at some point. All right, put that back. All right, now we just want to lay this out and figure out how we want to do this. I do have all these things, right? We have all this stuff. So we have our charms, we have our faux turquoise, we have some spacers, some small beads, we have some bead caps, and of course we have these beauties. I love these. And that's why I ended up buying 2 packs, and they sent me 2 packs in my kit. All right, there we go. All right, well, let's start by putting 1 strand on here. So I can actually unhook this because we know how big that is. And let me grab my Beadalon number 2 silver crimp tubes. And we're going to pick up one of those crimp tubes and we're going to put our one end of our strand through the leather. Let's put it through the leather first. I think I know what I'm doing, maybe. I don't know, guys. Sometimes I wonder. All right. And we're just going to drop that all the way down. Kind of watch it though so it doesn't disappear on you. And we're going to take our short end, our tail end here, and we're going to just stick it right through our crimp. Bring this up so we have a small loop. I'm not using any wire guardians or anything with this. With the Soft Flex medium, you really don't need to. Plus it's a beautiful color, so you almost really don't want to like cover it up with anything anyway. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to use our magical crimper this time. I'm trying to use it more, and I feel like it works better with Soft Flex wire versus my other wire, or maybe it's just me. But I think with the other wire, I have to add like an extra piece to it to make it work better, like a little scrap. That's what I've been noticing. Huh? Oh, hi, Lucy. All right, my husband just let Lucy in. She wanted in. She wanted to hang out with her mom and cause chaos. All right, so I think that doesn't look so bad. Just keep turning it here. They said turn it until you don't feel any more give, and I don't feel any more give. But there's something crazy going on with that. Oh, maybe there was a little more give. I just didn't turn it all the way. Okay, there we go. That's better. Not perfect, but I'm getting there, guys, and I'm practicing as often as I can. So that's what's important, right? Keep practicing. All right, so now that we have that, let's do this one with our faux turquoise. So I want to put on one of these really pretty Montana blue bicones first. Let's do that. Two strands may not fit through those, so that's okay. We're going to clip that off. There we go. Okay, so I got that clipped off. And then let's do our bead cap. Let's do one of our turquoise beads. And then let's do a couple of these little spacers. So like maybe 2 little spacers. Let's do another turquoise or a couple more turquoise, like 2. Let's do 2 more of these spacers. And then another turquoise. And we're gonna put one of these charms on here. So let's hang our little cactus one there. I'm gonna grab my jump rings and figure out what I did with them. I know they're here somewhere. I literally just saw them, you guys, and now I don't know where I saw them. Hold on one second. Okay, I ran and grabbed my oval jump rings. So we'll open this up. And we'll hang our cactus from it. And then we're going to slide him right on here next to, oh, actually I want to do one of those little red beads first. Sorry. We want to do one of these little 4mm rounds. And then put our cactus on. Just like that. And let's do another little 4mm round. And our faux turquoise, a couple of these spacers, 2 faux turquoise, a couple more spacers, another turquoise bead, and a bead cap. And our Montana blue. And then let's measure this. I know that I probably have more room for beads. Let me grab this real quick. So we have 3.5 inches. That's or 3¼ inches. That's including our little crimp there. So let's add a little bit more. And I think on this side, what we'll do is we will come in with some orange. This little orange drop. And another Montana blue. Okay, that looks cute. Let's see where we're at. All right, so that's about 4¼ what did I say, 5 inches, so like another quarter. I don't think we'd have enough room to do this. I think that'd be too much. If we took out this bicone, it would probably be fine. But I don't know if that's what I want to do. No, I don't really want to do that. All right, so what we're going to do is I think we're going to have both charms on here. So maybe what we'll do then is come in here with this. Let's do another charm. I'm like, where'd my jump ring go? Let's put that one on. Okay, that. I think I like that better. So now we have our charms on both pieces. And then we can put this guy on and maybe a couple spacers. And then one more of our faux turquoise. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that looks cute. I like that. All right, so then we're gonna put our crimp on and we are going to actually attach it right to this end here. I didn't give myself a ton of extra space, you guys, but I think we'll be okay. I probably should have cut off like 7 inches.
Yeah, they're for you. You bought them specifically for you, dude. Don't you see they're gluten free? Did you get my text about making sure you get the dishes done before you go to work today, please? They can help out.
And there we go. Just had to use my pliers to help me out a little bit. And we just need to come in and crimp this little guy. Make sure he's lined up in that center hole there. That one actually turned out really nice. I was holding my breath, so I wonder if that helped. Let me just get in there and like cut that little tail off. There we go. All right, so there's half of the bracelet. I'm just gonna double check and make sure I didn't mess this up too bad. Oh no, that fits good. That's gonna fit really good. Yeah, look guys. That's going to be perfect. All right, so let's make the other side now. It's going to scoot, scoot, scoot. All right. So this side I want to use some of these little pretty little guys. So what we're going to do is in the very center, I'm going to take this little orange bead and we're going to put this guy in like this. And this one going in this way. And then we're going to take a couple, like a little spacer, a little Montana blue, an orange bead. Let's do the same thing over here. Nope. Nope. Okay. Let's
Linda, Joy went to Trader Joe's this morning and she picked those up, but she saw them for you.
Let's take a spacer, put that on there, and like that.
All right.
And then I think we want to do our spacer. And I think maybe we want to face it the same direction because it was looking a little funky, right? Okay, that looks a lot cuter. Okay, that looks a lot cuter. Yeah, I was not digging how that was looking. And then let's put this one on. And there we go. Oh yeah, that's gonna be much cuter. And I'm just trying to watch my sizing here. And then we're gonna use some smaller beads. So we're gonna do like the little spacer at the end here. And since we used a lot of blue in this, we're gonna use more orange. So we're gonna put on these little drugs. And it looks like maybe, let's see, how many will we need? Let me put some over here too. I have a little bead bug over here that we can use as well. So I think we could do another one and another one on this side. Oh, we still have room for more. So let's maybe do one of these little spacers and another one. I need to go shake out my mat. There's cat hair everywhere. My cats are shedding really bad. They've been getting brushed like constantly, and I don't know how they're not bald at this point, but it's their spring shed, guys. It's their spring shed. All right, so now let's measure this up and see. That is perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my little bead bug here for one side. Scoot that right on there. And then let's put the strand through. And our crimp tube, drop that right down in there. And we're going to pull our crimp tube up because we need to make like a smaller loop, right? We don't want to not have anything at the other end to create a loop with. So we want to do this strategically. And let me get that in there. Just like that. And Lucy, stop playing with my coat, please. Oop, wrong crimps. Crimp that down. Crimp. Crimp. Lucy, sister, what are you doing? Okay, not bad. And then let's go ahead and trim this off because I know it won't fit through that check glass bead twice. And then we can drop this down. Lucy, what are you doing, little girl? Let's grab our other crimp tube. Lucy Lou, what are you doing, ma'am? And let's go through this piece of leather here. Now this time we want to pull it a little bit snugger because we want it to, you know, fit on here better. We don't want all that extra wire. So we're just going to pull that down. Just like so. And once we are sure of where we want to be, we can go ahead and crimp that one. All right, there we go. And now we have our cute, cute, cute bracelet. So there's our bracelet. Now we need to make our matching pair of earrings to go with it. That's cute. I love that. That turned out really good. I'm actually gonna put it on so you guys can see it while I'm working. Let me get that all situated here, and then we will do a pair of earrings. And I think we're gonna do some leather earrings. Let me just get that on there. Oh yeah, that fits like perfect. Perfect, perfect. Got my little charms. Really, really cute. Okay, hold on one second. We're gonna make some earrings. Okay, last thing we're going to be doing on this video today, you guys. Again, it's a long one. I know a lot of you say that you like the long ones, so if you don't like the long ones, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of good stuff in this video, and maybe you can just beat along while you're watching. So I think I really want these little sunflowers on here. So we're going to use 2 of these sunflowers because they are just adorable. And so I don't think these fit in here. Oh, I got smudge on me. I was helping my husband with something during the break. All right, so maybe we won't be able to do leather. You know what? We still can. Because this is what we're going to do. We're going to make our double loop like we did before. Okay, because this is going to be our earring. So just like this. And this time I'm going to make sure I wrap it the right direction. We have our one piece coming out here. So I'm going to want to wrap it towards here so I can put my, my leather through there. And we're just going to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. All right, I'm going to trim some of this off because we don't need that much. Get through there. There we go. And then we can feed this through. Pull our little tube out. All right, so now we have our knot, okay? But what we want to do is we want to pull on the piece that we want to be larger, and then we have a piece that we're going to have that's going to be smaller. And just do it like that. Oop. And then we want to pull on our longer strand to tighten it down. It wants to do some little twisty turnies on you, but just tighten it down. Okay, just like so. Adjust that and fix it. There we go. You can move your leather around too, and it will help you out. Like, it will do what you want it to do. And I don't think we want our loop that big, so maybe we want it to be about this big of a loop. So like that. Okay, really cute. And then we can go ahead and just make sure it's nice and tight. All right, and we will put some glue in here. But we're gonna snip off our extra pieces. I'll hold them, I'll hang on to these because I could put these in with a tassel and put a little dangle at the end of them or something like that. So I keep all those little pieces and we can do that. One day I'll make a little tassel with all my extras. All right, so here's our little guy here. So I'm thinking I would like to hang this loop somewhere in here. So we're gonna wanna put like a small jump ring into one of these pieces so that it will hang like this. So I'm gonna grab those. And what we're looking at is probably like a 4mm, I think. Oops, that's a 3. Oh, what is going on with my jump rings, you guys? There we go. Those are about the same size. My jump rings are a complete mess. All right, so let's open up this one jump ring here. Open her up. Hook that on there. And probably shouldn't have tightened it all the way before I did this, but that's okay. You can still squeeze a jump ring underneath. See, I just went underneath this one piece here, and it's not going to interfere with the strength of your knot, okay? You don't have to worry about that. Plus, don't forget, we're gonna add some GS Hypo Cement to our pieces, but I will probably do that like after I get off camera, but I'll show you guys the GS Hypo Cement in case you don't have it, you'll know what to get. All right, so now we have that little guy hanging there. Just straighten our little jump ring. And then we can use little, like we could do probably like the orange and then do some little dangles. Like so. So we're gonna make some little dangles. So I'm gonna grab my silver head pins. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, I am a mess over here today. So I have some stainless steel head pins. And these are the stronger head pins, so I can just make like, oh, that one's not. Oh yeah, it is. So I can just make like little simple loops, which is probably gonna be what I wanna do anyway. It's easiest and it's, for me, it's a lot easier to do it that way. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put this guy on and we're just going to bend that straight over. We're gonna make our loop a little bit larger because we want it to go over the leather and we want it to kind of float around on the bottom there. So I'm gonna go down about halfway through my round nose pliers. All right, and then we can open that up. Probably could have cut a little bit less off that, but that's okay. And we can hang it right on, like so. All right, and then we can do the same thing with the others. I think, oh, let's go the blue next. But I want to put one of these little spacers at the bottom of the blue just to add a little bit more something to the bottom of that. And then we can bend that straight over. I'm going to give myself a little bit of extra space this time for that loop. And let's make our loop larger loop than what we normally make. And then we can just kind of fix it. There we go. So there's our loop. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm like clanging around and banging around. I am not well. I'm making all kinds of noise. I'm like all jumpy and jittery. All right. I'm not jumpy and jittery. I'm just, you know, making stuff up at this point. Okay, so let's put another spacer on. And there we go. Let's put this on here. Oh, these are going to be so cute. And then we have our little orange bead. All right. Make sure you get that closed all the way. And our last one. And I will make the other one off, well, we can make it together. It didn't take very long. And plus you might want to see how to do the leather again. So it's not that bad. I mean, this video is long enough as is. So what's a few more minutes, right? My family's helping me with housework today, which is really nice. That makes me happy. All right, so let's go ahead and close this. There we go. And then we need some ear wires. And we're gonna do our stainless steel ear wires. And I'll probably, when I wear these, I'll probably put like a little silicone backing on it, because sometimes my ears don't hold earrings well and they'll slide right out. Like, I don't know what's going on with that, but they do that sometimes. All right, so let's just hook that right on here. And let's close up our ear wire. So there is our cute little Southwestern-ish earring. So there's one. Let's make the other one. Cute. I do want to lay this out here so I can make sure that I'm making it right about the same size. So we make our loop and our loop. Grab our noodle and start, whoop, hang on to all of your strands. And then start, am I not wrapping the right direction? Sorry, I had to cough for a second. I'm gonna cough in your ears. All right, so maybe I'm not doing this in the right direction. All right, hang on to it. Oh my goodness, Jody, hang on to all of them. You're not new to this. You've done this before. All right, and then wrap, 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 and then go on through your noodle. I feel like I messed this one up somehow, but we'll see. Take that noodle out of there and just pull gently on your strands. Did I? No, I got it. Okay. Oh, that one's going through there, so let's just pull it out. All right. I can fix my knot in a second here. Don't overreact, Jody. You're fine. Okay, so now I want to make my one side smaller. Actually, I want that side to be bigger because that one is shaped the same, as has a little knot thing on it. Oh, I just pulled it out. No, I didn't. It's right there. Oh my gosh, it's right there. You guys, I am just like not doing well on these videos today. All right, let's pull it out of there. Whew, saved. All right, I do think that that's going to be enough. And then let me just measure for size. It looks like I do want to make my big loop just a tiny bit smaller. Okay, that's better. That's real close, you guys. It's not going to be perfect by any means, but we're gonna be putting all kinds of stuff on it, so it doesn't really matter, right? All right, so now we've got that all tightened down. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then we can come in and snip off our extra. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. This earring is adorable. I absolutely love her. All right, there's our earring. And then we need our little jump ring, which is right here. Still got plenty of that leather left. Plus I got a bunch of little scraps that we can do something cool with down the road. All right, find my little flower. And we will put it through the second one here. Okay, the other one slid in like super easy. You know, let's take the charm off for a second. Trying to hang on to it in the spot where I can like feed it in there easier. There we go. Now it's working. Just gotta fix my knot as soon as I get that in there. There we go. All right, so now we got that on there. Took a little bit of prying. Cute, 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 cute. All right, let's put our other items on here now. We need to make some simple loops. One. And there's another. This blue one, and then we just need 2 orange ones, and then we can try everything on. I already got the bracelet on, and the bracelet is so super cute. I absolutely love it. It's so cute. All right. And then 2 little orange ones. right, now let's get them all on. Hope you guys liked these earrings. I hope you guys liked everything. Everything was so much fun to do. I love the stuff I got from Kirk from Space Pickle. She's so sweet, you guys. Oh my gosh, I just love her so much. She's so sweet. And yeah, I had so much fun with those, and I had fun with this little like bundle that I got from Bead Box Bargains. And it's just been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. And here we go. And this one. And one more bead. Okay. And this is enough video for me to do today, because the rest of the day I'm going to spend kind of cleaning up my room, and TGBE is going on today, so I want to watch other tutorials too, so I can learn some more things. All right, guys, I'm going to turn you around. We're going to try this stuff on. All right, guys, there's our earrings. I think they turned out really cute. Oh my gosh, they turned out adorable. And then we have our, of course, our cute little bracelet here. Really cute. All right, and let's try on the ones that we got from Kirk. I can leave the bracelet on, doesn't matter. Get my earrings. These are so much fun. There we go. Oh, look at how bright that is. That is so fun. And they're a little bit longer. And let me grab my necklace. Sometimes I have some issues with my earrings. Like, why can I not get an earring in my ear when I just pulled the earring out of my ear? There we go. And then I do believe I actually made this long enough, it'll just slip over my head. All right, there we go. Oh, this is fun. This turned out really fun. There's the earrings. And look at how cute this looks with the green. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I hope you guys had a lot of fun today. I thought this was fun. I know it's a longer video, and I'm not going to say sorry, because I'm not, because sometimes longer videos are needed. Sometimes we just need to bead with a friend. Just sit down and start beading, and look up when you want to see something, and look down when you want to start beading again. And that's what this video is about today. All right, guys, I'm sending you my love, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye, everyone.